Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here and happy spring. Lately, I've been getting a ton of questions about hey Joey, what the heck is going on between 2nd Avenue all the way to 5th Avenue with this fence? It's blocking off the whole sidewalk. So today I'm gonna tell you what's going on and what they're gonna do about it. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So if you follow us at the Wild Video Archive website or here on YouTube, you would know that there's a ton of things happening at once right now here in North Wildwood. First, if you actually look over my shoulder all the way in the back, you'll see massive sand dunes reaching about, I think around 19 feet right now. You know, they're doing their normal, which has now become a yearly thing, of replenishing the beaches in North Wildwood. Right now it's March. They have normally bad storms in March and April, so they take the sand from the crest in Wildwood and pile it up in areas where it normally doesn't erode as badly, and then once the storm season is over, they'll take that sand and push it out. We've done videos about that a lot, but there's also another project they're working on where they're actually moving the bulkhead. So if we head down towards where the playground area is, according to the blueprints and the possibilities where they're moving it, they could be moving it 20 feet inland or maybe 5 feet. There is no final yet on that, but as soon as they get the funding, they're gonna start on it right away because, and this is where this project comes in, the whole fencing. First of all, let me flip the camera around for you and just see how much there is, because it is 5 blocks, really 4 blocks full of just fences that you can't get over there at all. And you're probably thinking, well, they probably did that so that you don't try to climb up here and fall down. And while, yeah, that would make sense, that's not what's happening here. It turns out there's a lot of undermining taking place under here. Now, for those who have no idea what that term is, because let's be honest, I had no idea what that term meant. Undermining is, and it could be used in different ways or explained in different ways. Think of it as water rushes in somewhere, rips out all of the dirt and sediment underneath of it, causing there to sort of either be a hole or a gap in between the layers, which could make this part here unstable. Now, in terms of this, there could be a few reasons why it happened here. It could be that water is either coming over the bulkhead, going underneath, and then taking that sand or soil underneath and pulling it out, or the water is going underneath the bulkhead, which I highly doubt because these bulkheads are really pushed under there. A couple, oh gosh, I want to say maybe 20 something odd feet, and then pulling the sand out that way. But there is no way of knowing yet. And the reason why there is no way of knowing is because in order to see that, the city would have to rip up this new concrete work, which they just put in not too long ago, see what it looks like underneath, and determine whether or not it is safe to go ahead and walk on. And that's why today it's completely cut off, because they don't know the extent of the undermining. And it could be that it's completely fine. Obviously, they found one instance of it, and that's why they decided to completely do it like this. But at the same time, it could be some of it, it may not be any of it. We won't know until they actually start doing it. Now, that's where this project here, moving the bulkhead over, which would be more like this and kind of connect with this one a little bit, comes in. If they were to go ahead and move this bulkhead and build that brand new seawall, which is going to extend from 2nd Street, where it ends at the pavilion, all the way to here, if they have at least enough funding, that will go ahead and stop the undermining and, of course, create such a better barrier for these storms, because lately, while they are doing all this beach replenishment, bringing all this over, it's actually dumping some right now. While that does help and building the sand dunes do help, if you notice, a lot of storms, they're getting taller, they're getting bigger, and we've been posting a ton of photos of the water rushing over the bulkhead, which is not good. So if they add in a massive seawall, which is sand dunes plus rocks plus a bulkhead plus more sand, it would create, oh, and the platform on top so you can walk on it, it would create such a better obstacle for the water not to get over. So this is your tax dollars at work. And the one thing I have to add in And this is quite important because you've been reading a lot lately that the DEP has been on North Wildwood's case, especially with these sand dunes and of course with Seaport Pier, because they didn't get the correct permission and things to go ahead and start building these things, and the city just went ahead and willy-nilly built the other bulkhead. And while yes, it's wrong that that happened, thank God the mayor did not wait for that, because the amount of storms that we had in this past season and the March before were so strong that if we did not have the massive bulkhead that they installed lately, there probably would have been millions of dollars of damage from 2nd Street all the way down to at least 9th Street, because the water was that intense. There was so much water on this beach getting pushed over the bulkhead to the point to where the bulkhead was ripping apart. Look at this. Yes, and this is just not one section. This is a section here. It goes all the way down. I mean, you can see the pieces that were ripped up and kind of put back down temporarily, but look, the whole wood, look, this is a massive beam here. It was probably 8 inches from here all the way up that was snapped in half. So our storms, they're getting rougher. They're getting more, I mean, we're actually getting more rough storms now than we ever did. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I just want to add a few things. First of all, thank you and a special shout out to PJ, who, I mean, he lives for this stuff. He tells us everything that goes on and explains it to us, because sometimes I don't understand half of the stuff. So thank you to PJ. Thank you to my Patreons, those who actually support this channel on patreon.com. You too can become a patron. There's a link in the description below. There's some cool perks in there, like having your name at the end of the video and a couple other things. And just one thing I want to add in while I'm standing here that I completely forgot to say in the beginning. The mayor of North Wildwood did state that the second they have funding, they're going to start work on this brand new seawall. And as he puts it, it's going to go through the summer. So if you come down here, expect to see construction taking place. Anyway, stay safe, everyone. I'm Joey, and I'll see you on the beach. And the sun feels great because it's 61 today. Woohoo! I'll see you later. Bye.